So they try and do everything in-house. Like you have primary care physicians doing echocardiograms, instead of the cardiologist. And let me tell you, it's pretty complex reading echocardiograms and stuff. It's all physics, okay? But on the other side, yeah. And some of that is just cost allocation. What is the total cost when you sit there and you put somebody in an ICU and it's $3,000 a day? It's how are the costs allocated? Well, you got labor, you got fixed costs, you got all these variables. That's how you come up with a number for an aspirin for $75 or something. It doesn't make sense on the face of it, but when it comes to a cost accounting, that's how it gets accounted for. All the costs that are underneath, the aspirin, not just aspirin.
Right.
That's just accounting that's being propagandized a little bit. But the fact of the matter is, if we put preventative care available, what gives people longer and healthier lives, better quality of life, longer life? It's all the surveillance activities, the colonoscopies at age 50. I can tell you about a guy that died because he didn't get a colonoscopy at 40 because he had strong family history for colon cancer, and he couldn't afford it because we're waiting for better insurance. By the time he shows up at the emergency room, he's full of cancer, died 8 months later.
Well, isn't stress another thing? I mean, and just stress about having insurance.
Well, certainly. I mean, there's all kinds of issues. Let me just summarize this real quick where I think they're going. Remember I said that America has too many people with automation and offshoring. Now, I have a plan to deal with offshoring that some labor people really think it can be very effective. But what we're talking about is, what an actuarial table is? Actuarial table is what the insurance companies use to determine how long people live on average and so on and so forth. So when you say, okay, we take the Simpson-Bowles plan, diminish Social Security to irrelevance in light of no pensions anymore and Wall Street that's totally corrupt, and of course who's been arrested there, and charged. And then we take away access to health care, diminishing Medicare to a voucher plan for basic health care. What's going to happen? The end result, quite clearly, indisputably, is going to be that working people are going to live shorter lives. Simple as that.
Yeah, we should be. I mean, the trend should be going up in that. I mean, that's actually a measurement. I mean, talking about actualities. I mean, that should be the actuality.
Well, it has gone up, but it's going to go down
because
workers are expendable.
Yeah.
And so we need somebody. I'm doing this as much for me as I am for you or anybody else.
Yeah, it's an
we
option.
need a voice, somebody that understands this and is willing to talk about it publicly. And I'm willing to do that.
Now, here's another way that would make it cheaper too: is if they can bulk buy, like when they pass.
Absolutely, for that Medicare Part D, which was a scam to deplete Medicare of resources, again for the pharmaceutical companies. And this Affordable Care Act is a gift to the health insurance companies.
Well, that's why all their stocks shoot it up. That's
exactly, of course, because they're going to get all these new publicly funded patients.
And you know what? I bet some of people in Congress were doing some good insider trading on that too.
You betcha. You betcha. And the law that they just passed is pretty loosey-goosey too. So what we're talking about is a crisis of integrity in Washington at every level.
Even Dennis Kucinich voted for it, and he said he regretted doing